All right, Shalom. I would give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of GNS, and the sincere Shalom to the elect, and the sincere brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. And what we have here is China, apparently for the title, it says China reportedly funding human-animal hybrids. And this is of anything, I expected America to do it first. But hell, these are heathens anyways, and America has a hand in it anyways. So this is something they've been trying to do for the longest time. Hell, this is what they even do when they even try to, for example, they came up with movies like iRobot or Terminator, whereas they'll put like our like versions of ourselves inside a robot. Like they'll try to copy or imitate something of a person, put that on a chip and put it into a robot, and then they're supposed to act like that particular person, and that's what they've been trying to do. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and play the clip real quick. It shouldn't be that long. I will skip from one part to another because of the mentioning of the hack zine, which could get this video flagged. So I'm just skip from that part.
Human chimeras living among us, it's only science fiction for right now. Yesterday, the Senate passed the Endless Frontier Act, a bill that commits nearly $250 billion to promote emerging technologies so that America can keep pace with Chinese innovation. Back in May, Democrats shot down an important amendment outlawing U.S. participation in research that would create human-animal hybrids, also known as chimeras. China's already doing it, announcing in April that an international team successfully grew human monkey embryos and sustained them for 20 days in a lab. The only question is, what will they do next? Currently, the National Institutes of Health has banned U.S. funding for chimeric research, but that ban could very well be lifted. And who's to say that these agencies will play by the rules anyway? Remember, President Obama banned funding for gain-of-function research back in 2014, but New York AD found a way around it. And they laundered, it's the NIAID group, and they laundered hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Wuhan Institute of Virology through a nonprofit group called the Eco Health Alliance. The rest is history. Chimeric research is a Pandora's box, that's obviously from hell, that should not be opened. But the scientific community, spurred on by their own hubris, may very well open it using American taxpayer dollars. And if that happens, the Democrats will have blood on their hands for not joining the GOP and stopping it when they had a chance.
And the funny part is they done shown movie after movie of how these things tend to happen. And usually whenever they put into a movie, like say for like one, like even my parents mentioned, they had the movie about they had GPS in it long before GPS became a thing. Now what does everybody have? GPSs. Even going from the handheld one to the ones in your phone now. And the movies about the diseases being spread, they ain't far-fetched. Those are actually real. How else do you think they get all sorts of viruses out of nowhere? And yet the CDC has them. And then they had to come up with the hack zine to come through for everybody to take. And then some of them, I think some of them they say it's kind of mandatory for school reasons, and you shouldn't even need that stuff. But I'm gonna keep going with this.
Joining me now for a reaction, I don't even believe, Lara Logan. Here we are. It's the 21st century. We're two.
Actually, this is the part where I skip forward. Let's go right here.
You know, COVID is one thing, right? Seconds left, but this is a real game changer.
It is. And you know what's so interesting about it to me, Tammy? I'm not particularly religious, but what it keeps reminding you of, we can create robots that mimic humans. Now we want to take animals and humans and blend them. And we also want to take meat and we want to grow some version of food in a laboratory from the cells of meat. But you know what we can't do? We can't create life. We as human beings don't create life, and no amount of ingenuity and science is going to change that.
And the things that we do, Laura.
And it is completely accurate. She's been saying what she's saying. Something we've been saying for years. We know what Esau's doing. He always wants to try to replace what she's doing now is replacing certain cashiers or certain people that work in for like departments of checking things with robots. And then the food thing has been going on for a long time where they just GMO it. And now this stuff. But what she said was on point. We can't create life. No matter how much Esau wants to. The Lord gave us the ability to give life through his will of of I can't ever see the word right, but of giving birth to a child, which is man and woman. Esau's trying to do away with that, as the devil he is, and trying to go another route. But we can't play God in this society. We can't play God in general. Only the Lord. We can't do what the Lord is already done. And Esau's trying to attain that which he cannot attain. So he does it in the most vile and wicked way he think he could do it in. Just like he wants to control the weather with that what is it called? The HAARP program. He wants to control the weather with that. And just because he thinks he's done it, now he wants to move on to the next big thing. Now he wants to go out and try to get to space, or try to go into the depths of the waters to capture more creatures for his own amusement, to either experiment on them or put him in the zoo for their captivity. Just like he does the rest of these animals that is in captivity. The aquariums, Salakia, for where he puts these sea animals. So not only are we in slavery, but the life itself is in slavery. You got the animals being put in the zoos, the sea animals put in the aquariums. Nothing's safe from Esau's clutches. Just like these other countries ain't safe from Esau's clutches, because he got a hand in every of them. The embassies, the EU, you name it. The militaries. The wars. Esau's always had his hand in it. So I'm gonna go straight to the scriptures real quick. Actually, this is Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." And that's what Esau's been doing. Like, not only will he try to create something. Let's go even to some of his laws that he likes to put up, like even some of these amendments, but laws in general that will be counteractive to another one. Whereas they got loopholes, whereas they can find a way through it, but then you gotta go through some other crazy mess to do it. Or for the simple fact that he'll just keep making up some crazy laws, or even trying to make certain things mandatory, which he will do with the chip, even if you don't want to take it. He'll try to make it mandatory, or you don't work or eat. But what is he doing with these other countries? He's always devising some way to make something fall off. Because he's wicked, he's going to make everything wicked in his own way. So he'll go around creating all sorts of crazy things. Like for example, with the animal kingdom, he created the liger, which is a tiger and a lion, which possibly could have just went back to actually being made anyways. But the fact that he will breed certain animals that shouldn't even need to be breeded together, and then he'll make up a name for them. This is Psalms 55:21. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And Esau in itself will try to convince people that this is the way that we should live. See, he'll say that, oh, we don't need cash registers people no more because now we got technology for us. The whole time, what you gonna do with the ding malfunctions? Well, you're gonna need somebody to go on the damn thing. But let's go further into the full robot part. Whereas, I think it was iCop, or I'm sorry, RoboCop. I can't remember the exact movie, but you will have it's actually a thing. I can't remember what state had it, where it was an actual movable robot patrolling the streets, watching for any thing going wrong. I guess it was like an actual police type of robot itself, supposedly, and that's what they're going to lead to. Where it's just you're going to be actually sitting there, and like one of those movies where you have to walk by a patrolling robot that is holding a gun from like even martial law. Because guess what? They'll say it's not enough for police because they're getting defunded. Same scenario. So they're like, okay, instead of having police on the field, let's make robotic police, which is on the field. They don't need money. All they need is just service update. And there you go. He solved the problem. So what's this whole human and animal thing he's going to come up with next? Probably come up with some crazy idea that, oh, we can mix you with this animal to save your life, because you're closer. You might be closer to this animal, and the whole time you're an experiment guinea pig. So the tactics of Esau is never far from his own methods of saying something's good, which benefits him, is worse for us. And that clip in itself showed everything. Like, this is nothing new. You mean to tell me that you're getting money to actually experiment on us even further with animals now? They already tested humans and monkeys together. Now they in the picture, I guess he's trying to do humans and pigs next. What won't Esau try to do? What won't this devil try to mix us with next, or try to inject us with, or some type of experimental joke that he wants to put us through? Because not recently, so like it was some years back, whereas they had, if I remember correctly, one guy that was hocked up on a certain type of drug that made him eat people. He was eating people off a certain drug that was never pushed on the market. So what are they experimenting? What are they using on these guys? What are they using on us? That's in a different ball game itself. But Lord, when this was edifying, I just wanted to bring out that because that's some serious sick stuff I've ever. One of the serious sick things I've seen. For them to be trying to transmog or transfigure us with something else. So with that, shalom, and death to this wicked place.